Hello and welcome again. I'm Cloete, founder of EndorseMe, and this is just a weekly wrap-up of what's happened in social media and general media. Just put together in one video so it's easy to digest, and just with a few comments to inform people out there. Now let's start with something easy. I posted a video this week about the 3 different types of financial advisors: RFAs, AFAs and QFEs, and just the different types and how they work in New Zealand. Now I had a lot of views on that video. And one of the comments from Fiona Brown actually said she disagreed with me, that AFAs are the best ones to go to if you want financial advice on insurance and both investments. And look, Fiona, I totally agree. And this is basically because financial advisors, if they're AFA qualified, have a lot more rules they need to comply with in a strict process and regulated by the FMA. So definitely the best ones to go to if you want financial advice on insurance, investments, or even mortgages. So the point I was trying to make in the video was to make sure that people ask the right questions when they're sitting with their advisor and to make sure they're fully qualified. So just to know who you're dealing with. But thanks for the comments, Fiona, that was great. So on the back of that, not as a result of the video, but a different comment was made by Gareth Dobson from Finsol, which basically stated that 90% of recommendations are not accompanied by a statement of advice. So this means that there are advisors out there that actually give you the insurance but don't tell you why you're taking it or why they're recommending you replace your business. And it's best practice to do this. Now, Gareth made the comment, but Jon-Paul from Willow Grove Insurance, who's an insurance advisor, started a debate with Brent Norling from Norling Law, which is a lawyer with litigation and disputes resolution. And they had a bit of a debate there about whether the FMA are actually prosecuting people for it and whether they're strict enough. Really interesting comment and great thought-provoking comment, Gareth. I like it. So the next thing that happened was James King posted a video to say, stop importing your LinkedIn contacts to your emails and sending them emails. It's kind of a no-brainer, but people don't like getting those emails because they didn't consent to getting them in the first place. And all the comments from his post actually said the same thing, which makes the next story a little bit funny and strange, because I received an email from an online marketer who invited me on LinkedIn. I said yes, and then she started sending me emails. And the very first email I received was about sending your newsletters in the correct way and not spamming your contacts because it's actually against the law. And it's exactly the same thing she did. So I just thought it's a bit ironic. And as a result of it, I'm not going to deal with that company. And I'm kind of put off from the company as a whole as a result of one thing that someone that works for them did. So just please be careful, because it can actually do more harm than good. It's not worth the risk. I'd rather put out content that people want to see than trying to blast them with something that's just annoying. So the next thing that came up was an article in Good Returns stating that AIA will be giving AirPoints dollars out to their members. This means every $100 you spend on insurance, they'll be giving you 1 point. Massive. But look, 2 of the professionals that's on EndorseMe, Alicia McKenzie and Jon-Paul Hale, weighed in on this conversation, and they both agreed that having an add-on like that is not really going to sway them to start selling a product that's not right for the customer. Look, if AIA is the best product for the customer, it's a bonus to get the AirPoints, but if it's not, they're not going to recommend it just because of those add-ons. And if a customer is taking the product just because of those AirPoints, there's something wrong, because if you think about a claim in the future, what's worse, having not the right insurance for you or having a few hundred AirPoints dollars? I personally would take something that actually pays me a claim than something that gives me 2 AirPoints dollars. But if it's the right thing for the customer, it's just a bonus. And look, I totally agree with both of those advisors. Make sure you're getting the right advice from the right people and then putting you first, which these 2 brokers are definitely doing. So well done, Alicia, and well done, Jon-Paul. The next story is a little bit comical in the real estate industry, where an estate agent was charged with disgraceful conduct for spending the night in one of the customers' homes. It was quite of a shock for the property owner's mother that came in the next morning and found the estate agent in the property and in the shower. So can you imagine the shock on this poor woman's face when she discovered a naked man in the shower when she expected no one at home? They went outside and called the police, and at this stage the person actually got out of the shower, hopefully, and then left the property, but then was confronted by the property owners. I'm not going to name the company that it was or the person, but they actually did name him because this happened back in April. But I just found it really strange that actually happened, that someone would go sleep in someone's house just because they're selling the property for them. I don't know if this happens often in the real estate industry, I hope not, but if it does, or if you have any strange stories, feel free to put the comments down below. We love to read them, and so do our subscribers. So please go ahead and let us know. Now, for those of you who don't know, I love technology. Anything that makes my life easier, I love it. Why not? So this week, Google announced that Google Assistant will be able to phone on your behalf. It had a video where Google Assistant, the AI in Google Assistant, phoned a hairdresser and made an appointment on behalf of someone else. Now, it was instinctive enough to know what this person was going to respond to and actually still make the booking, even though they changed the times. When they phoned a restaurant to get an appointment for a booking, it went a little bit astray, but the assistant was still good enough to recognize the responses and give an accurate response as a normal human being. Now, the scary thing is that you would never tell this is actually an AI. It sounds exactly like a person with the same mannerisms, and everything as a normal human being would talk to you is exactly the same. This makes me quite excited, because if you are in any industry where you need to phone a lot of customers and make bookings or just catch up with your customers, you can then instruct Google to do this for you, to make either the bookings for you, inform your customers of a new product, a service, anything that's come out, and it would do that automatically for you. It's quite scary, but also excited at the same time. And it will be in a Kiwi accent, and look, maybe even your own voice. Who knows what's possible with this. So I'm very excited, and just keep watching, and it's going to probably take over the world, but it's great. I love it. So that was just a small sample of what happened in social media last week. Now, there's a lot more that happened, but I can only do so much in a video. I'll do this every week to give you a wrap up of what's happened and just give you a few comments so that you're more informed. Please go to our YouTube channel and like this video. It just helps us make more content and also just helps us grow a lot faster. And also please like our Facebook page and LinkedIn page, and keep posting, please, because your posts is what I use to make these videos and to inform other people out there as well about what's happening. And as always, please comment down below. We like reading your comments, and I'll personally respond to every one of your comments. So there's a challenge for you. As many comments as you can make, I'll respond to them. So until next week, see you then.